pleasure to meet you all at last. Here we are again on Why Is That? This is a Q&A session that you most likely have never heard of. Though, I've honestly got myself lots more to talk about Why Is That than to just explain what I've already explained so far. But today's question we got here on Why Is That is a question that's based off my gaming videos, which I don't actually get too many of those nowadays, despite the fact that I have been doing gaming videos for almost a year. So this YouTube commenter decided to ask me about my gaming videos, why is that you end up playing more games just to expand your horizons? Now there's actually quite a lot of proof as to how expanding my horizons in the world of gaming could actually lead to a much better viewership, and it could also guarantee me more subscribers. There's much more to it than you probably think. When it comes to doing gaming videos, it's not just about recording, it's not just about creating yourself a voiceover or anything, it's not just about picking the right kind of software or any kind of device that you use to record gaming videos. It's not just about your intro or your outro, depending on what you use based on the kind of software you got and the skill levels you have up here. There's much more to it than just any of those that I have just described. When it comes to my gaming videos, however, being that many of them nowadays are much longer than your typical gaming videos, with face cams. Now, of course, I am going to be planning on making face cams possible for my gaming videos, since I have actually done face cams on other videos of mine, including reaction videos and the like, which, with gaming videos, however, I've got a lot more in my inventory than you probably would have known by now. As it turns out, with gaming videos nowadays, I have actually bought myself several other games within the last month, just so I can keep on playing more gaming videos, and just so I can keep recording more gaming videos while I'm having other games being played. Because the typical games that I have used included Super Meat Boy, Minecraft, Call of Duty Black Ops 4, Call of Duty World War II, and others. Whereas with all the other games I bought, including Steep, Doom, and many others of which that I have actually played, and you can of course see them at any given time. The reason why I would end up expanding my horizons at any given point in time, just so I could have my gaming videos in check, and just so I wouldn't have to keep relying on the same games just to create myself a bigger viewership and a larger fan base on my channel, is because there's always a lot of games out there that people do like, but they don't always have to rely on the same exact games that they end up playing. With people like Jacksepticeye, Comedy Shorts Gamer, PewDiePie, and plenty of others out there on YouTube today, they have played hundreds of different games. They have done lots to keep their viewers happy. They have done lots to keep their subscriber count at a very high level. And of course they have done lots just to get themselves paid higher amounts of money from ad revenue. And speaking of ad revenue, I have applied for ad revenue and I have been approved. But the only thing I have to do now is to just wait until I have more than 1,000 watch hours in 12 months and 1,000 subscribers. Of course, I'm not even close to 50. And I have stated many times that I'm just suffering from a serious lack of credit. Other than that, I just do not really feel much, except for the fact that I can just keep on going and find out if anybody else can really approve of my current state. And of course, if anybody decides to pass on by, if anybody decides to comment, if anybody decides to start putting likes on my videos, if anybody wants to start watching my gaming videos or anything like that, then they are more than just welcome to, because after all, even though I stated that I have been in a 5.5 year darkness period, of which I had my channel privated for that long, I'm no longer in that period anymore. I have been out of the darkness and I've been inside the light since June or July. More likely June, as I recall that I have made my first ever video of myself in this particular year on June 16th, exactly 1 week after I graduated high school. And I had, of course, go through a 5.5-year darkness period because of an incident, of course, that took place. And there's a link in the description box below that you can check out, and you can see that I made a confession video all about it back in September of 2016. And of course this was, well, I probably won't have to spoil too much about it, because even though it's my content that I have made in the past, I still would not recommend anybody to just watch something that's not very, I guess, informative, but it's more like something that is just more of a matter of grief and matter of grievance and a matter of sorrow and a lot of other unstatistic factors. But anyhow, though, I have actually gotten some new games, and I am actually planning to keep playing those. Though, of course, after I'm done with my gaming videos, which would most likely be around just after the start of December, there's more of a likelihood that I will actually make myself a Super 8 montage. A Super 8 montage referring to my 8 best games that I have played in the last few years. And there's no doubt about it, because there's always going to be a lot out there for any YouTuber to look for in the world of gaming. Whereas with anybody else who does not really appreciate gaming too well, they can, of course, refer to my channel as anything else. They can talk about my vlogs, they can talk about any of the other content that I've made over the last several years, they can talk about anything else. The one thing, though, that they probably shouldn't talk about is anything that's on the not safe for work side, as I've known it as. Not safe for work and safe for work are the two phrases that are part of this particular day and age that people have used to describe their Twitter accounts or any social media accounts in general as being safe for work or not. But anyhow, though, gaming videos do not happen to really make me very exhausted at all. But what they do exactly is that, because they're actually very easy for me to make, simply because I am using my brother's PlayStation 4 console. And I have actually answered a question based on the console that I use and the console I'm planning to get later on. And if you want to go check that out, I have a playlist of all my WiseDad episodes put together. And you can watch each and every one of those, and you'll be able to find out what questions I have managed to answer and which questions I have managed to not answer. And this is because some of these questions that I have gotten to but have not answered yet, they're just somewhat, I cannot really tell how to describe them ultimately, but many of which they're just not very safe or even just appropriate in many ways. I'm trying to make mine very, very clean as I can. My channel is going to stay as clean as possible, and I'm sure as heck not going to end up making it dirty in the future. But if you want to see more go down on my channel, make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.